Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today to watch me sew this Creative Notions 2024 Mystery Quilt Block of the Month Double Monkey Wrench. This is what the block is going to look like. I know that's not real close, but you will see it up close at the end. So we do have 4 different colors or 4 different fabrics. I have them laid out here. I have 2. This is supposed to be like a merle color, and it's kind of got like browns and oranges and blues in it. So I'm just using a purple. I have a cream. Then I have a blue. And I have a gray. I am using the gray as my centerpiece. So who knows what it's going to look like, but I've got an idea of what I'm going to do with these blocks, and it may not be make a quilt. So what we're going to do is make 4 at a time, half square triangles. I'm going to move my small pieces out of the way. I know I'm making my half square triangles with my purple and my cream. I already have the diagonals drawn on the back. And what we will do is just take 2 of them. We're going to do the same way we did yesterday. We're just going to line these up and sew all the way around 1/4 inch on the outer edge. But I will go all the way around this outer edge. And once I go all the way around 1/4 inch on both of the squares, I will then cut on that diagonal mark. Now I just sew all the way off the edge of it and then pop it out. I'm making sure that I need to do both of them. It looks like I do. Okay, when looking at this, the pattern tells me I need 2 of each of these fabrics. But I only need 4 half square triangles. So I am only going to sew one of them up. Because if I don't need the other one, because literally we're making 4 at a time. So I don't need this second set. And it says cut 2 of them of each one of these. So it looks like I don't need 2 of them. So maybe that's just a misprint. Maybe that's just an error in the pattern. I don't know. But it looks like we don't need it. So I'm not going to sew it. But if I do end up needing it, I will sew it. But right now, it doesn't look like I need it. Okay, now that I have these sewn, what I need to do is cut on the diagonal. And I will pull out my little marking tool here just to make cutting a little bit easier so I can stay on that diagonal. Get my rotary cutter out. If y'all are ever interested in anything that I ever use while sewing, you only have to go to the description to find it. Most everything I do have a link down in the description. You know, I have some of my favorite books, my favorite quilt books. I have some of my favorite cross-stitch patterns. I have all kinds of things in there that if you are interested, just go, and if you just want to see what it looks like, you know, because I know sometimes on this video it's hard to see what it looks like, but you can go and click on the link, and that way you can see what it looks like in a blown up picture. So what I'm going to do now is press these open and trim them up, and I am using my trim locks again. Okay, guys, that couldn't be any more simpler by using that. And I will give y'all a little update. You probably remember a couple weeks ago, I purchased the Aliso M3 Pro Project Iron. It's the miniature one. And at first, I'm going to say I did not care for it because it felt like the weight distribution was off. I was used to holding back on the heel of my hand, and you don't have to press on the heel. You just hold like up here, and it seemed like it wasn't enough room. I would pull it up, but it's plugged in, and it won't pull all the way over. But y'all, I really like this iron. I have not put water in it to use the steam because I do spray my fabrics when I press. So it's okay that I don't have water in it, I guess. But I think it's okay. But I do like it. So that is my update on that Aliso M3 Pro Project Iron. Our next step is, we've got that all done. We're going to start assembling the block, guys. So we did not need but one of each of these. So I'm going to fold these up, and I can use them on a different block. So we are going to have, well, we have to make our blue and cream squares here. So we're going to make 4 of them. So I'm just going to start, and we'll just sew these together. And guys, just a little update on the weather. It is Wednesday night. The hurricane was supposed to hit our area, and it's actually only going to be a tropical storm when it hits our area. But I believe when I left work today, the last thing that I saw was the anticipated time was that it was going to hit around 11 o'clock. Now, the center of the storm has moved way further east than us, actually about 2 hours away, but that's where my son, daughter-in-law, and grandbaby are at. I don't know if they left, they got out, because it's way up. It's going to be a tropical storm. It is not going to be a hurricane. But you never know when it comes to all those winds, because they do have a big tree over the house that they're staying in. So my youngest daughter has already called me, and she's like, Mom, it's supposed to be 40-mile-an-hour winds. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I just really don't know about that. But so far, so good. All of our gas stations still have gas. Our offices are still closed, but we do have to go in because we are classified as critical workers or emergency workers in the event of a storm. So we have to be there. But we have to go in because we are classified as emergency workers. We're up there like with the cops and everything else like that. But that's okay. I'm fine being there, as long as the weather's not too bad for me to get to work. Trying to center that piece. I don't know how, but somehow I got that one a little short. My fabric might have pulled while I was cutting it. So let me press these also, and I will be right back, and we'll start assembling our block. Now I have my little rectangle blocks completed, so we are just going to get started here by taking our blocks, and we're just going to start assembling. And when I press my blocks, I press everything to the dark. Now this is our middle row. We're only going to have 3 rows on this block as opposed to the 4 rows on the one we had last night. Yeah, that one last night was beautiful. That was called the Mosaic number 13. And it looks like I'm going to have to go through some of my other boxes to see what the blocks are, because it looks like their blocks are all going to have a lot of half square triangles in them. And when you make them 4 at a time, I'm going to just scoot over instead of leaning over. Okay, so that is the first 2 blocks. And what we will do is we will press them opposite directions also. Like we'll press one to the right, one to the left, and one to the right. So that way, I'm hoping I just cut those right. Okay, this is my top one, my top row. So now I need to put one more block on here. And y'all, this one, okay, y'all, this block is so quick. I knew what fabrics I was going to use. It took no time to cut the fabric. We're only in, which I will delete some of the, I will edit some of this out. I'm not going to bring you along for all the pressing and trimming, but we're only in 22 minutes. So talk about, you come in and just sew 30 minutes total in the evening time, and you'll have a quilt block done if you use one of these blocks. And these are just really cute. I don't know about this one yet. This is called the Double Monkey Wrench. But that Mosaic 13, y'all, was beautiful. But I will be going back through some of my older boxes to see if I have any other blocks. And I'm sure I do, of the 2024 Mystery Quilt. And then here is my last one. And guys, if y'all hear me sniffling, I don't know what's going on. Everybody here's got the sniffles. I know what's going on. It got down below 50 degrees the other night. And it gets up to 80 degrees. And just a week or so ago, we had 100-degree temps. So it's not surprising. Okay, I now have all of my rows completed. I am going to lay them out and decide how I have to cut them. I think this is the bottom one, this is the middle, and this is the top. I will press them and we will be right back. Okay, guys, we are pressed and now we are going to start joining these. I've got my pins here and we are not even 30 minutes in. So we are making some good time here. I'm nesting these seams so when I sew it. And also I wanted to tell y'all how I press, especially with all these half square triangles. And you know you're going to have that stretchy side of that half square triangle. What I do when I press, I don't iron. Iron is moving. Press is sitting it on. But I do, if I need just a little bit more on a seam, like my seams, you'll see here, run up and down. I will lay the iron on it and run it up the seam and down the seam. I never go out because that will stretch your fabric. We don't want to stretch fabric here. We want everything to be the size it's supposed to be and not be stretched. So we're going to just get these 3 rows assembled here and we will have a block. And now I keep getting a message that something is wrong with my thread. I don't know what is wrong with my thread. I think it's just threaded. Something's happened in the threading. So what I'm going to do is clip my thread, pull what I have here out, put that over there, then rethread my machine. And it is very quick and easy to rethread the machine. It does have an automatic threader. I have the Bernina B790 Pro. Oops, my threader dropped it real quick. And it will thread it for you, so it is very quick about that. So let's get this back on here and get that needle down in it. Hopefully whatever's causing that, I was getting a message, an error message, like a thread error message. And a lot of times if you get that error message, if you just rethread your machine, it'll stop. If it don't stop, then check the bobbin area. I have had it where it had a little bit too much lint build up in it because sometimes I sew all day long. And I clean my machine before I sit down at it every day. Now, if I sew like all day long, I may not clean it. But that one time when I sit down at it. So sometimes it does get a little buildup of lint down close to the bobbin area, and I have to clean that out. Okay, so now we are going to add the third row. I'm making sure that caught because that's where it did catch. My little rectangle was a little short, and I wanted to kind of catch it in that seam a little short. So I'm nesting my seams again. And y'all, as quick as this is, your video my video that I get out for you guys may only be 15 minutes. But seriously, that's probably, without the ironing and everything, that's probably all it takes. And if you have everything prepped before you sit down to sew, definitely a quick sew. Now, after I get this sewed all the way on, I will press it and show you guys where or what it looks like and where we're at on that. So get these lined up. It looks like I might have gotten off a little bit on that block up here. I do need to take that pin out though. Okay, I'm going to press, and I will bring it right back to show you guys, so just hang with me. Well, friends, this 2024 Mystery Quilt Block of the Month Double Monkey Wrench, look at that. That is so cute. That's going to go great with the other, I noticed I had a little fabric there, with the other block that I made for you guys last night. And we're actually under 40 minutes even with pressing. So this is going to be a very short video. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your busy day to come and join me. Make the block, and if you're not already subscribed to Creative Notions, I will have their link down in the description, so you can just go check them out. The box that this comes in is $87 every other month. So if you break that down, it's like $43.50 a month. So you pay more than that for most subscription boxes already. But guys, this here had the 2 block of the months, a quilt, the manicure set pouch along with the little things that go in the manicure set. And one more thing in there. Oh, the Make It Mini Scarecrow. So it had a lot of projects in there that are very cute, very useful. And if you'd like to check them out, though, just go down to the link down in my description. Check them out. Tell them I sent you. That'll be fine. But, guys, this is our 2024 Mystery Quilt Block of the Month Double Monkey Wrench by Creative Notions. So, guys, if you have not, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.